Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now we'll discuss about the project implementation. Any project. For example, you consider I want to implement some SAP. Before business want to implement the SAP, they have the internal discussions. Then they will ask which company can help us to implement this SAP. Like the higher level implementation techniques, they are used. Then it can be started like it can be given the one of the SAP partners like Accenture, IBM and Infosys. Someone they will choose depends on the budget. Then they will do the implementations. When we do the project implementations, which methodology we will follow? We have the different methodologies. We have the SAP methodology or active method. What are the different phases available in SAP and the active methodology? The first one is project preparation. And second one is business blueprint. Third one is realization. Final preparation. Generally, we are following these 5 different methodologies like a different phases whenever we want to go for the implementation. About the SP. Like in the project preparation phase, what we will do generally. Here generally, we handle about the project planning. What are the deliverables they are going to handle in this project and what is about timelines. That kind of high-level planning can be happen in the project preparation phase, and reference to that we will create a project charts here. How the charts can be done like a pictorial diagram of. In this stage, you will be there. This position in the SAP implementations, that kind of a project charts can be defined by high management. Then they will define the project scope. For example, if you see the 4, do you have like a 4? Do you have the plans in China and India, and also you have, for example, you have in Bangladesh and you have in China. Generally, they will call it as a South Asia. These regions. If they want to go for SAP implementations in one shot, they don't go. The SAP implementations. The first, they start with China and Nidelay. They say it is like project event. The scope of for this SP implementation only related to the India. Once this India is successfully implemented. The scope is only India, not China and Bangladesh. Once the India implemented successfully, then they will see how much the effort and all those things. Then they will go for the China implementation. Then Once China is finished, then they will go for the Bangladesh implementations. Face to face. They will go there, they will define the project scope. That is about the how much we are going to handle SAP. That people will be defined, the scopes here. Next is a project standards and the product standards. We mainly deals about the what kind of tools we need to use and how to log into the SAP through Citrix or directly. This one are the security measures we are taking in the project preparation phase. Once it is done and team skills development, if any one of our consultants like is not sure about this, some of the tools provided by the business, they have the reskilling. They have the reskilling about that particular tool and he should be like handled. This kind of team skills development will be happen in the project preparation. Once it is done, then we are entering into the business blueprint phase here. In the business blueprint phase, what we will do here? Generally, we are going to handle about the conducting the workshops. Business workshops we will be conducting and parallelly we will handle the like. We will try to understand the business process as he signed it to be. We are going to handle like initially, we will give QA DDB like question answers database. In the question answers database maximum, we will try to understand their business and as well as in the workshop. The next is as is document, as this means how the business is. For example, if you consider P2P cycle, what the business will say to go for this procurement of this material. We will give the order to this vendor and vendor will confirm back and he will initiate for the stock and we will receive the stock at our plant and then we will do the payment. If you see here, this is like how he handled in the as is method. Same thing, how we are going to handle in that to be process. In the to be process order to the X vendor means how is ordering the purchase order me to Tivanyan. Order confirmation. Generally the terminology we are using the say P-release purchase order. And then take the stock into storage locations, which means we are taking the goods receipt. Then the payment will be happened. In the system, we are doing the invoice posting. These as is and to be document. We will prepare for each and every phase if we know if something which is not implemented in the standard SAP. That we will call it as a gap analysis. Generally, the gaps we are covered through the rise of view. This is a concept called as a rise of the view. How we are going to do the implementations, how you are going to fill the gaps in the SAP implementations. That we are going to consider here. Next is a business blueprint. We'll try to prepare and we'll try to break the sign off from the business. You have any doubts? In the business blueprint process, we will try to put all the business process what we discovered in our workshops. Once it is got a sign off, then we will start giving level 1 training to the business, like in the level 1 training, how they need to open SAP, how they need to run the simple transactions like creation of people, creation of PR, how to do the good CC, how to do the invoice postings that are going to cover. Next is readiness with the dev server. Then we are going to handle about the dev servers. We are going with the dev server, then we are entering to the realization phase. In the realization phase, generally, we start the configuration. We start the configuration of enterprise structure. We start the configuration about the master data. We start confusion about the transaction data release procedure, pricing, inventory configurations. All the end-to-end configurations we will cover, and then we will try to do the unit testing. Then we will prepare the test scripts of the materials. Then we will move these changes and the transport request to the quality server. Once we move these changes to the quality server, how you will move, the transport request, SCC1 or STMs. Then we will share a request to the business. Those guys will be shipped. Next, then we'll have the integration test scripts. Like you are going to handle P2P cycle. Like you try to create a PO, then do the GR and do the invoice. That integration like you see M with the F. I integration P2P cycle you are going to handle. MUM with ST is STO, MUM with PP. You are going to do with the production order. This kind of all integration test will be done and we'll try to prepare a user manuals. In the basic user manuals, we are going to help on the business like how you need to use this transaction codes. That kind of user manuals we prepare and try to share to them. It's generally educate the user like again, we are giving a training to the business to know the entire transactions to handle. Then we will do the level 2 training. Level 2 training is a process facing. Then we will do the rise of a view. The rise of W like reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, forms and workflow. These are the separate topic we'll discuss. Lastly, but there is a concept called as a rise of a view, which is mainly do the identifying the gaps and gap fit analysis and to fill the gaps. We are using this one. And by this we will achieve the business requirements here. All the process will be tested in the quality server. Business will provide the quality server sign off. And also we will test uploading utilities like a mass creation of P, RPO and all those things. Then we're ready with the cutover. Then what we will do in the go live phase, we will try to move over all changes to the production server. Then the TRS will be moved to the production server by basis how the TR movement will be happen. First we'll move the configuration. Then we will check the configuration is correct or not. Then we'll maintain the number ranges. Then we will try to see the period postings, and if we do these, all things are good or fine. These kind of things. We are going to check here. Once this is moved, then we will start the cutover. Generally, cutover is an uploading of legacy data. Legacy data uploads to the production system, which will call it as a cutover strategy. Then we'll try to first upload the materials vendors, PRs, purchase orders and all those things. Then it can be moved to the go live phase. Once everything is done, then we will confirm it is alive. Then business need to handle the support like they will use support. They move to the support and they'll try to work on the hypercare. Generally, what kind of issues will face in the hypercare? Like material is not created or it is blocked, vendor is not created, PO is not uploaded, release strategy is not working. Some people don't have the authorizations, process issues and design. This kind of issues we will get. We'll try to close as soon as possible, which is within 3 to 4 weeks. Once this hypercare is done, then we will give to the support team. Event support team also will work on the same tickets, but which is irrespective of the SLS service level agreements. People will be work on the priority. High priority, they need to try to close by 4 hours. Medium priority, they try to close by 8 hours. Low priority will try to close by 2 hours. These kind of things we are going to handle in the support with the SLA. The process like creating step by step for launching to launch the SAP into the live server. This is a process and the methodology are the following. One more methodology also which is called as an active methodology. The deliverables is same. There is no changes in the deliverables. Here is called as an active methodology. I mean people, we are using everyone or this one. There is no much difference here. The naming convention is changed here. The discard phase. Discard phase means project planning. BVP is prepare and explore. These two combinations will come on. The BVP realization phase is same. Final preparation is final preparation and go live. They make it as a deploy and run phase is live. We can use this sort. Both can. Maximum the latest versions of S4HANA, they are using this active methodology because we reduce drastically the documentation. There is no much documentation. If you go for SAP methodology, you have a lot of documentations for the functional consultants. That we are ongoing here. Also same in the discover phase, we'll try to discover the software which is to be implemented. In the prepare phase, we are ready to see the servers and on onboarding the consultant and the business together. And in the explore phase, we'll try to finalize the business process. And gap fit analysis, we'll try to do and work on this one. And realization phase, I will try to start working on a DAO system and the quality systems to provide it by the SAP and start the implementations like unit testing, integration testing that user acceptation will be performed. And the deploy phase, you directly move these changes to the production server. Once deployment is done, then automatically, which will be for the live run of the SAP. This is like how these active things can be handled. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.